It goes up and down,
It is.
and up and down.
It's pretty
and
up.
and
It's
down.
pretty up. People forget this. PewDiePie drank his own piss for a YouTube video.
Why?
3,792.
Yeah, give me some. Yeah. Sometimes people have advantages in life.
Yeah.
You take them.
I understand that.
This
but
guy way harder than climbing your beginner mountain.
No way. All in, baby.
Oh, push all my chips.
Push all my chips.
Push all my fucking chips.
Welcome back to the Biggie Boys podcast. It's the third week of the 4 weeks, which is really 5 weeks of Fright.
You confuse everybody.
It doesn't matter.
It's 5 Sundays.
Danny likes dressing up.
Me and Antonio are two cards, and JT's a professional poker player.
Yeah.
Good poker face over there. You going in on this?
I would go in on this.
Suited King Queen?
Suited King
Suited
Queen.
King Queen? All in?
I mean,
If it's you two
That's-
cuties, I
that's
am.
intense.
yeah, that's right.
If it's
that's
you
right.
two
Go
cuties,
all
then.
in on us. Sometimes you just got to go all in. No looking back. Just dive right in.
Go all in on the Picky Boys.
Did you see this? There's a new vibrator scandal just dropped.
Why is
Oh.
everybody's cheating out here?
What's the new vibrator scandal?
This one I actually, I kind of believe both of them. I don't know if it's a vibrator. This person was definitely cheating though. But it's like this poker thing just happened, and it's kind of inspired by the chess thing. It seems the whole chess vibrating scandal everyone knows about. But I don't know. This guy went in on all in on a semi bluff, and this girl, and these are professional players, and this girl called him on a complete bluff.
So it was semi bluff.
She called him on Jack
super
high.
bluff.
She called him all in on Jack high, and he had flush draw. The flush didn't end up happening, and she won.
And people are saying she had a vibrator in her.
yeah,
Hey man,
they're saying someone was watching the live stream, knew his cards.
And was vibrating into her.
Yeah, and that'd be much easier, just like a vibrate for go call, and and no vibrate for don't call. Like that's much easier than the chess thing.
But then I guess is someone in the seats, the audience, who knows your cards except for
yeah. How far does the person couldn't have been at home vibrating her, right? I don't think the Wi-Fi
definitely-
connection on
there's
these
definitely a
vibrators,
delay.
right? And
Yeah.
I'm saying the connection on these Wi-Fi vibrators don't transfer miles.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, but a hand takes 5 minutes. So even if there was something from 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, his hand would have been revealed, and then by the time that they're actually going for the call later on, when everyone else is folded. Also, she gave them money back after.
Oh, so that's
It's like
be seen as an admission of guilt.
yo, if I won 150K or whatever, and I wasn't cheating, and I am not giving that money back. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I feel like why I don't think I would admit to cheating like that. What was
She
it?
didn't.
Well, was it all right? I'll give the money back. Don't investigate me. Like a plea deal, or was she just whatever? I don't care.
I don't know. I think she gave the money back on the spot or something. Literally right after the hand. I don't know.
Sound pretty guilty to me.
Something's a little fishy.
pretty.
It's not the
Again,
vibrator.
she went on Jack.
Jesus Christ.
She called this all in, essentially in her head saying he doesn't even have a queen, a king, or an ace. She had Jack high. He had 7-8 suited, and there was two other suits on the board he had a flush draw basically.
That's the problem with even someone that could go back in time or see the future or something. It's like you can't be that obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. You really have to make it seem like, oh my God,
Yeah, or you have
it's a
to,
once in a lifetime.
or it's just
thing.
sometimes you have to lose. The
True.
people that cheat on the test and score a perfect 100, novice idiots.
Yeah,
But that's how you got to play smart. You have to be, if you're cheating, you have to purposely do the wrong move sometimes.
Yeah, lose a little bit.
Oh.
You got to lose to win.
That's interesting. I like that strategy. If you're a time traveler and you go back and then all the things, you just win sometimes, and then sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
Sometimes you win again.
It's like if a time traveler went back and won the lottery 3 times. The FBI is going to look into you now. Pick 2
True.
or pick one big one and don't get greedy.
Pick 2, or just be like a notorious bettor. And you get all this fame and publicity because you had one really big bet.
Yeah.
And then the next time it's notorious sports gambler Danny Moriarty goes all in
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
Patriots. And then they lose already.
Exactly.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah, that's
Then you place a secret bet on the other side.
Yeah, just in
don't tell
case.
anyone about it.
But it's also, if I knew the lottery ticket for tomorrow and I could go back, I would go back a year and just place a bunch of degenerate bets, go to 0, and I know I'm going to have $4 billion anyway. Make it look good.
True. Or you get some other people involved. Say, hey, you want $50 million? All you need to do is win 100.
Other people, I don't know.
That's true. That's when
Other people-
That's when it all falters.
As soon as every extra person you add increases the percent of failing by 4,000.
Yeah, it's like that McDonald's Monopoly scam.
I don't know if that's the same thing.
Same exact thing.
It's the same thing
It's the
because
same
Mafia
exact
was
thing.
involved.
because the mafia
Oh, well,
was
the
involved,
mafia.
and they would all the winners were real people, but they would say, "Hey, listen, you're gonna win some of the money, but not all of it, guaranteed."
Isn't that crazy that the mafia was involved in the McDonald's Monopoly
Great-
Cup scam? thing?
Great documentary about it, by the way.
Well-
what is it called? Oh fuck,
The greatest game ever played.
no.
I mean, the mob has to be doing this creative stuff. You know, you got to keep up with the times.
Yeah, it's like you can't just like go around beating people up
yeah, you
anymore
can't
and
just be
make
breaking
money.
people's kneecaps. Just go to where everyone goes. Just go to McDonald's
You
and
gotta be
start
smart about it.
start
now.
breaking people's like straws or something.
McMillions.
Oh,
Great.
such a good name.
JT looks like the guy that, in this scenario, your lack of costume is the perfect costume. But there's not many scenarios where that happens. A lot of the times, people just slap in something together and like, this is my costume.
Yeah.
But if we left you, if we left you, that's the problem with some group costumes. If we left you, you're just a homeless guy.
Someone goes home early.
Totally doesn't
Homeless.
make any sense.
I don't know about homeless.
You're just a homeless
That's
man.
all.
No, you kind of look like an undercover cop almost.
No, he looks too cool for an undercover cop. You know how many times people have
But
actually
not cool
thought-
enough for homeless.
But
Okay.
no, but not cool enough for homeless.
I don't know.
Not cool enough for homeless.
Yeah, I guess so. Have you ever seen Undercover Cop and just been like, there it is.
No,
There he is.
not once. People have asked me if I was an undercover cop.
Oh, I could see that.
Wait, what do you mean?
Why can you see that?
I could see that.
No, I've never like.
You never pointed out an undercover cop?
I mean, what
They're
am I?
so
I mean,
easy.
what am I doing where I'm
Us-
where I have to be on
You
lookout
talking
for
about, like
undercover?
in the
especially-
car, like you're just saying like a car.
Oh, I mean, undercover cop cars are really easy to point out. But I'm talking about like a legitimate undercover cop. A lot of times they're at festivals and stuff. Easiest thing to point out. Literally, they'll come up to you and be like, for some reason, they're all wearing like Fortnite backpacks because they think that's cool.
That sets
and
in.
they're like, you guys know we could get some blow?
where we could score
You
some
guys know
drugs.
where you could get some reefer?
Yeah, and it's just so obvious. You just go like, they always travel in like packs, packs of 2 or 3, and you're like, just get the fuck out of here, guys.
I knew someone who knew someone. I
knew a
can't get
narc?
the details because I don't want to spoil it. But that essentially happened, right? And this guy was selling
Oh,
drugs.
God. Oh, God.
And once he revealed he was an undercover cop, he ran away, got tackled, the whole shebang, got arrested, got charged, went to court. They tested the stuff. He didn't even know he was selling, I guess, ecstasy, and whoever he was getting it from was selling him something that was absolutely not ecstasy. And like so off that technicality, he was selling something that wasn't actually illegal. Got off scot free.
Wow.
This man was going to festivals, thought he was selling ecstasy, was selling some like I don't know knockoff ecstasy that like wasn't illegal but wasn't legal.
Yeah.
So which means it's not illegal.
It was on the in between.
I'm surprised they didn't get him on some like technical like intent to distribute or something. Good for him.
Well, I mean,
But you need the drug for that.
yeah, I mean, what if I was, I just had a bunch of oregano in my bag and I was acting really shady and handing it out, and then I claimed the same exact thing because it looked like weed. They get me on it. That doesn't
Yeah,
make any
no.
sense. That doesn't make any sense.
That's essentially what happened.
You need that
He was
drug
still-
on you.
He was selling something that like I don't know got you high, but I guess it wasn't technically
Just
ecstasy.
freaking like
Wow.
Viagra.
That's why you gotta do like the kind of like the cartel way. This is what I think they do it. Is that like if you're ever gonna
Here we go.
distribute to somebody, you say like, hey, go ahead, take some. Like prove you're not a narc by doing the drugs.
Yeah, but undercover cop will
Will they do
take
them?
it. Yeah, dude.
Bro.
I was reading.
But then how can they give a a reasonable testimony? They're under the influence.
That's a fair argument.
what?
I don't
Like,
think it matters though.
yeah, that doesn't
I
matter.
guess so.
I don't think it matters it matters maybe a fraction of how much you think it matters.
Do you remember how like for some reason when we were young we were told that if you ask a cop if he's a cop he has to legally tell you?
I've never once believed that to be true.
Not true.
If-
whatsoever.
If that was all it took, no crimes would be solved.
Are
you a cop?
I don't think
Fuck.
anyone ever. Who told you that? You said remember when they told us that? No one told me. that.
I was told that.
By who?
And I believed that.
By
I
who?
don't know by who.
By Danny's magical
you
source.
get told a lot of things, Danny.
No, but you've heard this.
I have heard.
I've only
This is a
seen
thing
in
that
movies when someone goes, when the bad guy who's like clearly an idiot goes, "Are you a cop? You're supposed to tell me if you're a cop, right?"
Yeah, that's not even
In The Departed.
That's not even the bad guy. That's the side bad guy just to move the story along.
I don't know who, but it's just a thing that has been said, and I believed it.
I think Danny's pillow whispers things to him.
No, you just said you've heard this.
I have I have
this
heard it
one is-
around.
This one is it's true.
I've only seen it in movies
My
where like
pillow
the
talk.
guy's obviously an idiot, and that's the joke there.
Well, yeah. Well, luckily I have never had a run in with undercover cops, so
Not that you know of.
not that I know of.
True.
Oh, I'm sure some undercover cop has propositioned me maybe for sex. Maybe it was a prostitute cop. They have those.
They do have
So
those.
you think that
I don't think they actually blow them like in South Park and then
Yeah.
arrest them. I think they just
No, but I mean, I've been
You've
in
been
some,
propositioned
I've
by-
been in some seedy, areas, and there's been some scantily clad women who've come up and
St. Patty's Green Door?
propositioned me.
some people have propositioned Danny. They could have been undercover cops. Who knows?
St. Patty's Green Door. We thought about going. That definitely crossed my mind to go there.
That's an old callback.
It's the first one,
First one, baby.
first episode. But yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it's really unfair. Like if an undercover cop pretending to be a prostitute was just in a whole gaggle of them, and you managed to pick that one, not only is your luck suck, but it's
the-
really
Well,
unfair.
also-
but there are some rules about how they can ask you. Like they can't just ask you to commit a crime, right? That's entrapment. You have to kind of initiate it, but they can kind of
but
coerce you into asking the question.
I don't know. I feel like they can rig the game so hard where it's you asked me. You know,
Sure.
you
Yeah,
asked me.
exactly.
It's like, do you have any cash on you? It's like, no. You see, I was just asking him if he had any because I might have wanted McDonald's. You know, it's like bullshit.
What's going on with my flaps?
I got a lot of flaps.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Ah!
Danny always asks me to use the costumes on Halloween, and then he destroys them, and then he gets surprised when they
I
look
didn't
like
used
that.
to wear this last Halloween.
I think no, not last Halloween, but you won.
No, I
that.
wore the peanut butter and jelly with Chaz. That's it.
That's it. That's all I've done.
That's all I've gone to like an actual Halloween party with.
Halloween parties. I want to win a Halloween contest. We always
So
we always,
desperately
we always
I wanna
get
win.
so fucking close.
But now, we do get close, and because we have good costumes, but that's something you need to plan for.
I feel like if you go through, but it's this double standard. 'Cause I feel like if you go through the trouble of planning and entering a group costume contest, kind of a loser.
Well, that's probably true.
wait,
that's
planning the
thing.
contest or entering it?
No, like
Or
planning.
planning to
Maybe
enter.
this more for a guy thing. You know, this sexist part of me, but for a group of guys to get a costume together and then go enter a costume contest, all planned
I
stuff.
think it's more.
kind of
I
lame.
think it's more. You planned this costume, you did it, and then
There
you go out
happens
to the
to be
bar,
one.
and then you're
There's a contest.
$5 entry
Yeah.
for this contest.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying just
Oh, and also we wouldn't enter a costume contest like the one you're talking about because those everybody goes really hard and their costumes are really good.
And we almost won a costume contest in that
True.
exact fashion. Like I don't think we planned.
we didn't even know they would have one. It was also
Yeah.
like high school, but
Yeah,
And we got a lot of good press that night.
a lot of good press. A lot
that
of
was the
good
start
pictures.
of our PR.
Yeah.
Picky Boys.
There are some nights where you just lay down, you go, oh, that was fun.
Yeah. All the time.
That's
double, yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah, for sure. You know, there's like 7 I could think of top of my head.
Oh my god,
You know, like-
really?
But you got to be
14.
careful. You don't want to be one of those guys who never close the yearbook.
The fuck does that mean?
Like, it's an expression.
He's fixing his glasses.
it's an
like,
expression. You know, the guy who lives by his high school accomplishments that no one literally ever cares about
No one
anymore. It's
ever
like, I was quarterback in 10 years ago, and we won the big game, and we almost made it to states.
it's so relieving when you finally realize how much no one cares. Like, just
That's
no one cares about anything.
that's honestly part of the great part about being a loser in high school is that if you're a loser in high school, odds are you haven't peaked in high school.
And you have nothing to fondly remember.
And you have nothing
You have
fond to
nothing to
remember.
hold.
But odds are it's only up from here.
You've never
because it
opened
probably
your book.
can't be worse.
Okay.
So
But
think
then-
about it as a good thing.
But then there's the trap because there's a lot of people same boat. Then and you know losers in high school or maybe passerby in high school whatever, and then peak in college though, and then all downhill from there.
But peaking in college,
We're trying. We haven't peaked yet. We haven't even begun to peak.
Yeah.
Peaking-
Who knows if we ever will?
I haven't found the base of the mountain yet.
yeah.
I feel like we've reached some peaks. There's peaks and valleys, you know.
No such thing.
We go up and down again. You ever climb a mountain? Climbing a mountain isn't just going. It goes up and down
it is.
and up and down.
It's pretty
and
up.
and
It's
down.
pretty up. Climbing a mountain range is up and down.
Yeah.
Climbing any serious mountain climb that you'll do out there, you're gonna have
Danny
periods.
climbed
You're gonna have
thousands.
periods of ascending elevation and descending
I don't.
elevation.
I don't.
If you climb Mount Everest, you're
Are
not
you
going up
speaking
the
as an
entire
experienced hiker?
time.
have you ever climbed
I-
Mount Everest?
I have not climbed Mount Everest, but I have climbed some, volcanoes and things.
That's not.
Oh yeah,
no.
true.
I've climbed a volcano.
You
Was it
got
That was
active?
all up.
You got to go up and down. You got to go up. You got to go
It's
down.
usually all up.
Was it active? It's always all up.
Ours,
No,
the one we went to was
it
active.
is not. It is not always.
It was
up.
active.
And,
Yeah, Mount
Wow.
Etna. Is
and we
active.
barely we didn't climb that. We got driven by a bus to the to like right before the top, and then
then
we
you
did that
climbed.
little tiny thing.
Sometimes people have advantages in life.
Yeah.
You take them.
I understand that.
This
but
guy.
I'm just.
Why didn't you get out of the bus and start from the bottom then?
Yeah.
Fucking hotshot.
Listen, well,
Yeah,
because
really.
I was with the group. I couldn't get out of the bus.
Oh, moral
And-
high
and-
ground.
and also-
Yo, you know
also-
who else was with the group? The Nazis.
So, listen,
Danny obviously would have supported.
that was this was we're getting real dicey in this podcast.
Yeah, we're
eh?
enjoying ourselves.
That and no, but in most cases you got to go up to go down, and vice versa.
No, you would,
No,
no, you
first
would
of all,
say,
it'd be the
you would
opposite.
say down to
Yeah,
go
you gotta
up.
go down to go up to go up to
No
go
idea
down
what
and
he's
go
talking
down.
about.
No, you. I'm telling you, any person who's ever summited, anything over 10,000 feet, you let us know if it was just a ramp up to the top. Of course it's not. It's different
Wait,
periods of elevation and down and up.
10,000's a lot.
Yeah,
How
I don't
much
think you mean 10,000.
I do mean 10,000.
isn't Mount Everest 50,000 or something?
I think it's 40 something, but yeah,
Yeah. So what's 10,
I've climbed a
you know,
5,000 footer.
I climbed Mount Washington. How tall is that? That was all up.
I don't know. It also you also do have to take into account how high the base is already.
Danny,
Of course.
JT
Yeah.
climbed Mount Rushmore.
I want to look up.
That's
how
why
tall.
that's why although Mount Everest is the tallest point above sea level, it is not the tallest mountain you can summit.
I'm not
You
talking-
can summit to something taller.
Sea level.
Mount Everest is 29,000.
Sea level is the most confusing thing to me. I don't.
Yeah, we've already illustrated before in this podcast that we have no idea what sea level is.
Mount Washington is 6,200. So that's what I climbed. So I haven't even done 10,000, and that's a big mountain.
JT didn't even do 10,000.
And you didn't go down at any point to go back up.
Well, again, I did the whole mountain range, so I was going up and down and up and down. But then I also did just Mount Washington, and that was only up.
I want to know how. I want to know how high Mount Etna is.
That was unbelievably unenjoyable. I do not like hiking.
No, hiking is not great. And also, if you summit like an actual mountain, like like one of the big boys, it's a really terrible journey. Like it's very cold. You're losing oxygen.
It's like the freaking Oregon Trail. Like half you die.
Yeah, I know someone who trying to climb Kilimanjaro in or was it Kilimanjaro? No, it's what's the mountain in Tanzania, Africa?
Yeah, hold on.
Either way, she tried to climb that and couldn't do it. Got airlifted off.
Ooh,
Wow.
quitter.
But wait, and don't like.
Well, a lot of times the thing is that too many hikers go up and are like, as long as I can make it to the top, like I'm just gonna give it all and like make it to the top. But you have to really give like only 60% because climbing down a mountain is very strenuous as well. So you can't at the summit. Your tank can't be empty. That's like not, or else you have to get airlifted off.
True.
You could just like ski down.
That's
Mount Etna, 11,000 feet, by the way. I climbed 11,000 footer, so.
as we mentioned, we did not climb it, and
Tomato, potato.
and as we also mentioned, we don't know where the summit of that starts.
But
the base of that starts.
The part where we did climbing a mountain is a calf killer.
Oh yeah,
Holy shit. I felt like my calves were going to fall off.
yeah. I did an excursion in the island of St. Kitts with my friend Charlie. So they said it was going to be an intermediate, or they said it was going to be like a beginner to intermediate mountain climb. My mom almost went. Would have been the worst. We would have had to turn home immediately.
What, because of your mother?
It was. I mean, because I was absolutely gassed, and I was in a kind of better shape at this point. I was absolutely gassed, and the guy's like, all right, so now we're gonna start climbing. And I was like, excuse me? He was like, yeah, well, you gotta go a little bit up this like foothill type thing to go up to the top to the base to go start. And I was like,
Did you complete it?
This is gonna be terrible. But I did complete it.
So you did it. So
I
I
did
couldn't.
it.
You know.
I mean, it was fucking really hard.
Would you say it was above intermediate?
Oh, absolutely above
But
intermediate.
so then what's because expert would be like
Well, it was probably, I would call it. First of all, I wouldn't put the word beginner anywhere near it. I'd probably call it intermediate. You know, if it was like a scoring system, I'd probably say it was like a
But how would you?
5.
But how do you
That's
have
intermediate.
four? That's definitely
That's intermediate.
But it said beginner intermediate.
But how do you have like any bearing on if it is intermediate or not?
Because
I-
the expert would have to
I
be something close to
guess.
Everest.
No, I'm saying
right?
like no, I'm saying more like what mountains have you? What range of mountains have you been on so much that you can judge?
maybe
that this-
hiking's just harder than you thought.
Yeah.
No, I mean maybe it is.
Also, I feel like anything expert or
But-
high
but-
intermediate, you need probably like gear for. Did you have gear?
no, of course not.
So then,
I mean,
it might have been beginner just for little Danny
it's-
legs. It was
it's
hard.
more of a hike, I guess, than a climb. But you know, it's I think I still have pretty good range. You know, I mean, like our friend he was on the track team at that point, very very healthy,
this is high school?
healthy, fit man, and he said it was really fucking hard too.
But it's
So
not.
so you know, you're just obviously I'm not this knowledge of what every mountain is, how hard it is, but from my experience, the word beginner should not have been there.
No, but
That's the main point.
no, but I don't think that point counts at all because it's not. It's not like fitness level beginner. It is mountain climbing beginner. It's different muscles. I don't care if he was an
This
Olympic
is-
sprinter.
this
It's
is-
a
this
different
is
thing.
This is an excursion at a Marriott vacation.
That's true.
We
Fair.
we are
more
not,
fair.
We are
Is that on a
not
cruise?
No, it's just like at a Marriott on this.
Oh,
island.
okay.
But so this is not a mountain climbing like thing where like, oh yeah, this is beginner mountain climbing. That's not what this is. This is just a guy at the tourism desk who's like, oh yeah, it's a beautiful hike.
This is for fat old people to like pretend to get some
Exactly.
exercise.
That's what beginner means. Beginner means like, ooh, I was winded when I got up there, but it was a beautiful view. That's beginner.
Okay, I see that.
I get it. It sounds like
knowing
you're
their
just
audience,
trusting a
they
random
should have.
man.
They should not have said beginner. Knowing their audience.
That's
If they're
really what I'm
if they're
saying.
trying to appeal to a bunch of people who like mountain climb for fun, then oh yeah, obviously probably beginner.
Also, there
No, they would say hard for them.
also there was nobody else in the excursion. It was just me and my friend and this crazy mountain guide man who
He was your what do they call him?
who said he climbs.
Sherpa?
Shaman.
Sherpa, right?
He's like a Sherpa, and he said he climbs this mountain
Shaman as well, probably.
like every week. And he also started to say some weird things about how he fucks as many women as possible because he's trying to spread his seed around the world.
man.
It came a little weird.
It came.
But
a
if
little
it's
close.
just you and this man, also at any point, like let's say your mom went, you could probably could have just went, "Hey, could we just go back?"
Oh yeah, he was really pulling for me. He was like, "Come on, boy."
Wait, what accent? Where was it?
This is
the
insane.
accent. I'm
It's,
confused.
What accent do they have there that you're doing right now?
Saint Kittian.
unclear.
They have
What
Kitty.
accent do they have there, and what accent are you doing right now?
I'm not
Two
gonna
different
go. I'm not
things.
gonna delve into this, but the point is he had an accent. He talked about trying to fuck a woman on every continent and spread his seed around the world, and we climbed the mountain. That's what happened.
Honestly,
Those are the
that's
three takeaways.
yeah.
Those are the three
it's-
takeaways.
It sounds like a beautiful bonding moment for you and this man.
and my friend.
You know what's also weird?
I wrote an essay about it.
Did you include the seed
Because
part?
Did you do the- yeah,
at
did you do
the
the seed
at
part?
the at the time, it was the hardest physical feat I had ever done.
Okay.
You're underestimating.
that's
how
fair.
No,
fucking
I
hard
said
this
okay. I
shit
know.
was.
Hey, listen, I haven't done
Yeah, for at the time. Yeah, for sure.
I haven't done any
Like it's very possible.
any physical feats that I can think of that I'd be like, oh, that was the hardest thing ever. Like I don't know.
I mean,
I believe it.
I mean, no matter what, there is a hardest thing physical feat you've done.
Right, but and whatever it is, not that. Like
not
I've never
memorable to
climbed
you.
anything huge. I've never run a huge distance. I've never.
It's not memorable.
It's not memorable to you. What is the hardest physical feat you've done?
I don't know. 8 times.
What?
8 times in one day.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty hard.
Oh.
Way harder than climbing your beginner mountain.
No way. No way. I bet it was.
I agree.
I bet it was only like 4,000 feet. Honestly.
Oh my god, it's getting smaller every sentence.
No, I never said what height it was.
I'm
whatsoever.
wait, can we go over under on 4,000? I'm going under. I'm taking the under.
Oh, definitely under. Definitely under. I'll go with
Let's
you.
see it, Danny. Because if Mount Washington, which I just looked up, was 6,200, I'm going under for the 4,000.
3,792.
Yeah, give me some. Yeah.
So
This guy.
Close to 4,000.
I climbed Mount Etna.
Very-
That was
very close.
11,000.
Very
so
close to 4,000 feet.
That was
You did not
That was
climb
3
Bro,
times.
Mount Washington climb that took us like 6 days.
And was that the hardest thing you've ever done in your life?
That now I'm thinking about it, probably yeah.
Probably,
It took like 6 days, and we had to stay in cabins. Like they had no electricity, and they would feed you slop for breakfast.
Were you in prison?
Literally. I hated it.
I hated
But
it.
it was also again, it wasn't just Mount Washington. It was the whole like mountain range. It was up and down and up. And
You know what's weird too? Danny on the mountain with that one man. It's just if he's on a cliff, if he's on a cliff edge, just get away with it scot free.
Oh yeah.
Literally away with it scot free.
Well, you'd have to kill.
You'd have to
your
kill your
friend,
friend
too.
too. Yeah. But I'm saying that's nuts to me.
The point is go climb some stuff. I don't know.
With a guide. At
Go
least.
see a thing. I mean, people. There's a wide variety of mountain ranges to climb in the United States, and people die every year.
From climbing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say because like duh.
No, I'm saying like people like there are some ranges that aren't even hard from a height or technicality standpoint, but they just have some dangerous passes that even though it's like some national parks will put like a chain to kind of like so you hold on so you don't fall down the side, but people do every year. Very upsetting, scary.
Yeah, I've never been on those movie bridges that's just wooden planks and rope across a vast canyon or something. Those exist.
I wouldn't go on one.
Those exist in a lot of places.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know if I would. I don't know. Depends what's on the other side.
I have done that as well.
Jeez.
I'm just a man.
but
I'm just
have
a
you
man
done
of
it-
many.
Yeah, but like
On a cliffside or like at like a jungle gym.
No. Oh.
I swear to God, if you said jungle gym,
I would
no.
not put it past this man.
No, of course.
Oh,
This is like, I mean, it wasn't like super high up.
Was it in Brazil?
Yeah, this is probably like, I don't know, 75 feet. Still like a if
Oh,
you
no,
fall,
you're
it's
dead.
a dead. It's
Was
a
it
dead
75,
distance.
2000.
was it
And
over
it's-
water?
And it's it was over like the bottom of a river. No, it's like rocks, like rapid river
That'll do
rocks.
it. Why?
And what do you mean why?
Like, why'd you have to?
Because I was hiking to a place that honestly might have been the hardest thing too. That was a 13-mile hike.
That's
through
tough.
through
That's
and
tough.
up into this jungle. I was at my wit's end by the end.
That's definitely.
can't
That sounds
believe
way harder.
you crossed the rope rickety bridge.
It's either that or walk back at this point is probably 9 miles alone.
so, but
You just do it.
I guess so.
wouldn't be the first one.
Did they have to go one at a time?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy, dude.
There was a sign. I'm glad I don't know Portuguese because I didn't want to know what it said.
It was just in red, like blood wars.
435 people have died
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And you just kind of close your eyes and walk across.
Did you have to walk back?
No, we took a boat back. That's actually this.
That's
actually
cool.
that's actually the story about the time we almost died.
Oh,
on that
true,
boat.
true.
That's coming back from that island. It was a real. It was a real.
Danny's
It was a
interesting
day.
experience.
Danny's halfway through the bridge, and a guy in a machete on the other end is just slicing the ropes. Ah.
No, I made everybody go first.
You went last?
Yeah.
Go- I wouldn't go last. I go. You go like third.
Yeah.
Third's a good spot.
Yep. Third is perfect.
Unless there's 3 people, then I'll go second.
And you want to make sure that the first 2 people are like equal weights to you.
Yeah.
Because you don't want like a kid to go across. Like, oh, it's fine. Then it breaks
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
Or if anything, you just put a bunch of sandbags on the kid and you send him across.
And then you don't want a bigger guy to go and weaken the structural integrity.
Or in reality, you put a bunch of sandbags on like a cat or something. You just scoot it along.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
Point is, sometimes you have to cross bridges and do the hard things.
Burn all your bridges, people.
Burn the bridges.
every single bridge you've ever had.
Especially the rope ones.
Yeah. Make sure there's no way off your little island, and then you can live happy.
Also, it's all just anxiety. Like I crossed the bada bing.
It's also not just all anxiety.
It is.
I wanna
It
say-
is.
Some things yes, some things yes, some things
It's
no.
all it's all just hypothetical. Like I think this is a commonly traveled route. It's not like super popular, but like probably hundreds and hundreds of people have crossed this bridge, and it was fine.
People have died on bridges.
Yeah, people have died on bridges, but
And rope doesn't
people,
last forever.
Rope
But,
doesn't last
but
forever.
people have also died on on roller coasters and airplanes and
True.
things that.
This
and
is not
things,
true.
No, and things that the whole point is that you can't take the worst case scenario experience and use that to not do something. You just got to do it.
That's a fair point. The analogy is unfair. Like the safety rate of a airplane you're comparing to this rope rickety bridge that a few hundred, like not even a few hundred people have been on.
True.
Psychotic analogy.
Well, what about a person in a car? A human in a car crash. Who knows what the percentage? I mean, the rope bridge, to my knowledge, has still not failed. So, percentage-wise, it's really safe.
Was,
but
was every
also-
plank there?
The deal is
Was
also
every
though,
plank?
Yeah.
Or was there a cracked
Oh no!
plank?
If there was a cracked plank, I would not have crossed it.
Oh, okay.
the thing with statistics though is like, because you say that it's like 99.9% safe, and then the guy dies on it, and it's like, oh, go tell that to that guy. Like he's dead. And you're like, you know what? You actually only had a 0.01 chance of dying right there. Unlucky you.
On your way down, you should have played the lottery.
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
no-
I mean, listen, I get that, but that was my takeaway from the experience. That you just can't. You just gotta do it and just shut the fuck up.
I mean, I would also. I'm not walking 9 miles back alone.
yeah.
Yeah,
Especially if there's a
yeah.
boat that's supposed to take me back on the other side.
I think if I already walked 9
That
miles,
was the next day.
Now that being said, if
That was part of the reason why I didn't want to walk back the 9 miles, is because by the time I would have walked back the 9 miles, it would have been dark, and that would have been really terrible.
well, you could have been dead, right?
Then I'd be in a jungle with no.
Dude. If I could just have like a
jungle.
camera crew and Danny would never know
Survivor Man.
of him just alone in the jungle at night for like an hour. God, it'd be
how
the
long
best.
before he starts drinking his own piss? Like Bear Grylls
Oh,
style.
what about how long until he stops quaking in fear?
Oh, never.
Luckily, luckily, Brazil has a lot of waterfalls, so there's a lot of fresh water around.
Oh, very lucky.
No, I'm saying
The
I'm
saving
saying-
grace is Danny will have maybe parasite-free water.
I'm saying
maybe.
I'm saying that
He'll be fine, JT.
fine.
Don't you understand?
I'm saying that this isn't like a desert. I probably wouldn't have to drink my own piss that early on.
I see.
Because I was drinking for the waterfalls when I was
That early
crossing.
on.
Danny would drink his piss just to do it.
No. Ugh.
Because it's sterile and I like the taste.
Yeah, of course.
No, I was. Maybe we should do a video where we drink our own piss.
Oh man,
Can we do that on YouTube?
I think there's a bunch of people who would like to see that. Yes, you can.
I think-
PewDiePie did it.
really?
PewDiePie drank his own piss. People forget this. PewDiePie drank his own piss for a YouTube video.
Why?
I don't remember.
Was it titled "I Drank My Own Piss"?
I think so.
Oh, you know what we should do that, by the way.
No, I don't think.
At 1,200 patrons, we'll all drink at least an ounce of our own piss.
Oh, I was thinking a liter.
That would mean you would have to save old piss.
No,
I
I
don't
could,
wanna-
I could piss a liter.
You
in one sitting.
cannot
Yes,
piss
I can.
a liter.
You want to bet?
You suck
New
a-
YouTube
suck-
video. You want to bet?
suck-
And loser has to drink it.
Suck a butthole. You could.
Loser has to drink it.
Well, you take a lot of pills. I don't know.
You're thinking of a 2-liter.
I might be.
A liter, I think you could piss. I've definitely pissed a liter at some point.
I've pissed a liter.
Oh yeah, I know I have because I had a huge 7-Eleven big gulp and I had to pee so bad and I couldn't find any parking and I was in Manhattan and I filled that whole son of a bitch in my car.
So he has evidence. He can piss a liter.
Show me the evidence.
That he just
You
did.
could taste it.
Yes, he has mental evidence. I think we're good here, boys.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Son. All right, JT, tell me where to find you.
So that was. I think that was inspirational at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I'm inspired.
Whoever's inspired,
Don't be afraid. Cross the bridge.
cross the bridge.
Comment what you're inspired to do. And
Yeah.
you can find me on Instagram at JTHold97 and on Twitch streaming. Twitch.tv/PickyBoysStreaming.
Crushed it.
Woohoo! You can find
Forgot it
me
for a sec.
at. Danny is watching.
We're all
on-
forgetting here.
You can find me at Danny's watching on Instagram, and you can find me getting slammed down at a poker table.
Oh.
Whoa, slammed over a poker table.
Bent over a poker table at the Hard Rock Casino.
Hey, you can find me at Ant Prisco. Can't forget to follow.
Picky Boys Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Made the ghouls and goblins stay out of your trick or treat bag. And that's it.
And that's it.
Bada bing.